Hi guys, it's Helio. How's everyone doing? Good. I hope. Excuse my casual appearance. It's fragrance chit chat, sniffing new things day. I have a day off, finally. I had 7 days in a row, then I went away for 3 days, and then I had 6 days in a row. I'm finally getting some time to sit down with my camera, and I've had this bunch of stuff for a while. I've been kind of gathering them. So I thought today we would sniff some newer niche things from certain brands. Because it's taken me a while to gather these, in the meantime, a lot of these brands have actually announced newer things that are coming, or just about to be released, but we're gonna do things on the newer side of releases from some niche brands that I work with and enjoy and want to talk to you about. So, yeah, just an update. I've been so stressed. I lost my luggage when I went on holiday. I left it on a train because I was extremely exhausted, and I finally got it back yesterday. The most important thing was missing, which was my necklace, but everything else was there, so I'm super grateful to have it back. So thank you to the universe, whoever handed my bag in, even though someone took my necklace, but still. Anyway, there's a couple of different brands here, and I'm just gonna grab them and start chatting about them, and hopefully you will enjoy it. So let's go. So, let's not do that. So the first three are all from the same line. They're called Beso Beach, and Beso Beach is actually a beach club in Ibiza, and these fragrances were made by a company called Carna Barcelona. It's like a sub-line or a subsidiary company, is that the right word? But they made 3 fragrances for Beso Beach. They represent different times of the day. You have Bendito Beso, which is the morning time. It is when you've been in the sea for a morning swim, you have salt on your skin, and yeah, it's got notes of bergamot, hedione. Hedione is a floral molecule. Neroli, orange blossom, paradisione, another molecule. Transparent musks, cedarwood, and heliotrope. I am personally not a fan of this fragrance. I don't know. It smells, it's very floral, this one, and it smells like, you're probably wondering why I'm saying it before I've even smelled it, but I work with these fragrances. I sell them, so I know what they smell like. This smells very much like hedione. It smells like lilies to me. It's like a transparent, salty lily smell, which is really pleasant, but just not something I would wear. So it's bright, airy. It does have that beachy sort of feeling, but it's like a white floral, almost not spicy, but you know, lilies have that pollen stuff on there that stains your clothes and is poisonous to cats as well. Don't ever let your cats near lilies, by the way. Poison. But this has that. It's pleasant, it's nice, but not for me, really. So yeah, Bendito Beso. I forget what the meaning of that one is, Bendito Beso. On cue. Ah, it's Blessed Kiss, that's what it is. So yeah, slightly transparent, lilies, abstract sort of white musks, and a bit of saltiness, that one. So the next one is called Beso Canalla, and this one is about the afternoon. This is about when you've been to the beach, you're sitting under an umbrella, grabbing something nice to eat, and this one is an amber. This is a slightly spiced amber. This is lovely if you really like amber fragrances. There's a lot of sandalwood in here, so it kind of cuts through, and this is pushing amber more towards gourmand. I know amber is slightly gourmand because it has vanilla in the accord, but this has got caramelized sugar, so this is a much more gourmand version of an amber fragrance with a lovely sandalwood note that cuts through. It's balmy, it's really sweet, it's cozy. I wouldn't wear this on a beach, but I really like it for what it is because I like orientals. So it's a sandalwoody amber with an extra jolt of caramelized sugar in there as well, but it doesn't smell like burnt sugar. It just smells sugary and sweet and nice. Okay, there's also bergamot in here, there's saffron, there's labdanum. I mean, labdanum's part of the amber accord anyway. Patchouli, sandalwood. This is lovely, and it's the afternoon Beso Beach fragrance. Which brings me on to Beso Negro. Now, as far as I know, this is a play on words, and I'm not even gonna say what it means. I think if you're Spanish, you might know what that means, but it's dark kiss or black kiss, but it does actually have a double meaning. It's a double entendre where, God, I don't even want to say it. Okay, it's about analingus or whatever. I don't even want to talk about that, but yeah. So this one, this is a leather. This one is a leather. It's a sandalwood. It's, I think there's violet leaf maybe in here. Yeah, violet leaf, cardamom, orris, patchouli, sandalwood, leather, ambroxan, and nagamotha. So, as much as I don't want to say it, this fragrance smells like Le Labo. It smells like Santal 33. I am seeing so many more brands popping up with fragrances that smell like that. I just feel like they're trying to ride the train. This one's lovely. I actually think it's better than Santal 33 because it actually has sandalwood in there as opposed to Santal 33, which has none. To my nose, it's more of a violet leaf fragrance. But this is pleasant, it's dark, leathery, and it's like Santal 33 with leather added in. So if you haven't smelled Santal 33, I'm sorry, but if you have, then you kind of know what you're going to get with this. Violet leaves, sandalwood, patchouli, leather, and it's my favourite of the three, I think. So we're going to switch brands. Okay, these ones. These three fragrances are by Olfactive Studio. They are a French brand whose fragrances are inspired by photographs. I think they do it the other way around, where they build a fragrance first and then a photographer takes a photo of what he thinks it smells like. And these three are all created by Bertrand Duchefort, real famous perfumer. They have announced that they're releasing 3 more of these. So, oh, I should mention, Kana are just about to release 3 new fragrances as well. They're about to release their summer collection. There's Fig Man, there's one called Bobo and one called Salado. They're aquatic, figgy, floral, summery type things. So this is Olfactive Studio. So you have Vanilla Shot, Leather Shot and Chypre Shot. And these are all inspired by photographs of land art. You know, people now are making art out of land. They're called the Sepia collection, but they're just about to release 3 more made by my favourite nose, Dominique Ropion. They're doing Rose Shot, Iris Shot, and Violet Shot. So I'm intrigued to see what they're going to be like. What is happening? So the first one is Leather Shot. This one is, the inspiration is, there was a guy that made some art on sand. He made a sculpture on sand, and when he took the photograph it looked like the surface of leather. So this one is a real big cardamom. I can smell cardamom a lot in here. You've got cumin, orange, leather iris, black tea, sandalwood, cedarwood, driftwood and vetiver. So the opening of this is actually quite bright. Even though it's called Leather Shot, it's not a dark leather. It's nothing like the Beso Negro one. So I get a whole lot of cardamom, and it's a little bit more like a suede type smell as opposed to being super dark leathery. It's kind of aromatic and cool spices as well. I like it. This dries down very nice. This one, I've worn it and it dries down to similar to a fragrance that I love called Kir Velour by Naomi Goodsir, except I think Naomi Goodsir's one is better. But it's on the softer side of leather, and if you like cardamom, go for it. I think it's a nice one. So, I'm just going to go through them. I'm just going to smell and go. I'm not going to sit here and talk for 20 minutes about each one. So this one is, oh, on the floor. So this one is Chypre Shot. This one is a lot more complex. This one's cardamom again, saffron, bergamot, black pepper, coffee, tea, oak moss, patchouli, labdanum and amber. So, you know, Chypre, oak moss, labdanum, bergamot, it's the kind of given formula. But this one's really spicy. It reminds me of Christmas in a strange way. Almost like spiced oranges. I know there's no orange in here. There is bergamot, but I like this. This one, it opens bright, spicy and sparkly. And then when it dries, because I have worn this one too, it actually turns more fruity. It goes to a more fruity, smooth place. The amber plays quite a big role in it, and I like it. I've not smelled a fragrance like this before, even though it's a chypre. It's a fruity chypre that has spice and sparkle in the opening, and it's pretty cool. This one lasts a really, really long time as well. It's really long lasting. These are actually all extrait de parfum. I should have mentioned that. And the last one is my least favourite of the three. It's Vanilla Shot. I can't remember the artwork for the chypre shot one. Ah, he made a circle of plants and stones and moss on the top of a mountain, which was nice. And Vanilla Shot, the art was a bunch of sticks that looked like vanilla pods in an arch like that on the top of water, so it looked like a circle. It's a pretty cool one. This one is coriander, saffron, dried fruits, rose, apopanax, vanilla, caramel, myrrh and benzoin. So this one to me, although it's called Vanilla Shot, it's on this side, Tom, what are you doing? This is actually a rose. It's a rose fragrance to me first and foremostly. I get a whole bunch of soft, fluttery, powdery rose from this. The vanilla is like an underlying thing at first. So it's a very sweet, delicate rose perfume. I was expecting it to be way more focused on the vanilla, but I'm glad that it's not, because vanilla's vanilla. I mean, it smells like vanilla in perfume. Sometimes it can be woody and lovely, but in terms of this one, vanilla underneath, it's super fluffy and it's mainly focused on rose, so don't be swayed by the vanilla in the title. If you like roses, this one could be for you. So we're moving on. So we're going to move on to a real crazy one. This is by a company called Unum, Italian brand. They're very avant-garde. All of their perfumes are, well, not all, but most of them are weird and wonderful, and they actually have just announced a new one as well called Epicentro, which is causing a little bit of controversy, I must admit. If you go and look it up on Fragrantica, the comments below. So this one is called But Not Today. The theme of this one is Hannibal Lecter. It is Silence of the Lambs. What on earth would it smell like, do you think? So Unum don't usually reveal the notes of their fragrances some of the time, and this one we kind of had to guess at my job. We had to kind of think, okay, what does this smell like? So it's called But Not Today. It's the famous scene where Clarice meets Hannibal Lecter. I think it's the second time she meets him, and he says to her something along the lines of, you use Evian skin cream and L'air de Temps perfume, but not today. So it's just that creepy moment where he can smell her through the glass and she's not even wearing any perfume. It's like another day you might have worn it. Very creepy. But this one's meant to smell quite uncomfortable, and it does. I smell here something that's a little bit like scorched lavender. If you took lavender and burnt it and then distilled it, I get that from it. There's a definite, some kind of very tart berry in the opening as well, like pomegranate, cranberry, something like that. And then there's a whole lot of leather, and it's castoreum, so I'm led to believe, because it's got that, it's a dirty leather that again feels like it's a little bit burnt. There's a humanistic element to this, and it's really odd. This is super weird and abstract and avant-garde, and that's kind of what Unum do. They're not known for making pretty things. They've got a couple, but a lot of them are the concepts are just way out there, and it's really diffusive. It's an extra, again, this one. The bottle's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure I'll put the picture in somewhere, but this is mainly scorched lavender, castoreum, leathery burntness, and a tart berry note. It's very dense, it's very unusual. This is extremely unique. I've never smelled a perfume like this, which is why I wanted to put it in the video. So let's move on. The next one is, there's actually three that I wanted to do. Where are they? Oh, they're here. So the next three I'm personally not a fan of at all. It is the new white collection from Pierre Guillaume. He's made three, and the reason he made these fragrances is because he says that in his boutique in Paris, 6 customers out of 10, when they say to them, what are you looking for, what is it that you like, people say something fresh. And I noticed that in my job. People always say, I want something fresh. But fresh is different to everyone. I've shown people things that I think are fresh and they say it's too dark. You know, it's a bit of a non-descriptive word when it comes to perfume, because fresh is so wide. Some people like clean t-shirt fresh, some people think citruses are fresh, white musks are also fresh. So he made 3 fragrances to fit those people that say, I want something fresh. So I'm not a fan of these, but I'm going to tell you about them just for the video. So the first one's called Helio Flora, and this one is inspired by a sorbet-like dessert. And what's the name? I need to look it up, sorry. It's called Granita. So it's a sorbet, a fruity sorbet, basically. And this has notes of buddleia flower, it's butterfly flower, apricot, basil, rhubarb and sandalwood. All 3 of these in the white collection have sandalwood, which kind of support each of the blends. The reason I'm not personally a fan of them is because each of them, for me, smells like something he's already made. It's like he's taken some of his blends that he has and he's kind of freshened them up. So this one to me smells a little bit like his fragrance called Antigua, in a weird way. He wanted it to smell like a fruit that you decide yourself what it is. Are you smelling guava? Are you smelling apricot? Are you smelling this? Are you smelling that? To me, it smells like a woody guava, which is kind of like what Antigua smells like to me as well. But this is lighter. It's a little bit spicier and it's green, the same way that Antigua is. So the next one, this is my favourite of the 3, even though I'm not a fan of really any of them. It's called Swim SX, and this one he wanted it to smell like your skin after you've come out of the sea. This one I like. This one feels a bit molecule-y, it feels a bit sandalwoody, it smells salty, it's quite sharp as well. Sorry, I'm just looking it up. So this has okume wood in it, or okume wood, algae absolute, Indian hemp and ylang ylang. And this one to me is a little bit like one of my favourite fragrances by him called Entre Ciel et Mer, but this is a lot sharper. Entre Ciel et Mer, Entre Ciel et Mer is smoother. This has got a very sharp woody feeling to it, so it's almost like it's piercing my nostrils when I smell it. But sandalwood again, saltiness, and this one's the most abstract and cool. I get what he was going for with this, and it's a really nice one to show people actually. So, skin after being in the sea. And the last one is called Sensuality. And this one is very similar to one of his best sellers, which is Neroli Adastra 19.1. This is a citrusy orange blossom fragrance. So, Neroli Adastra is centered around neroli, and this is, I can feel it in there, but he's just added a lot more citrus to it. And sandalwood again, supporting everything. It's not an exotic flowy sandalwood, it's almost used as just for doing a job rather than being a note, and that's the same for all of them, I would say. But this one to me is, it's okay. It's a slight smooth neroli with a lot of citrus and that sharp woodiness again. So that's them. So we've got 3 left. No, we haven't. We've got 5 left. I'm lying. So this one is a new one to come from Bendito Beso, and it's called Ithaca. She has another new one coming called Talento as well. It's a new talisman, but this one is inspired by the Greek island. It's based on a poem, and with her fragrances, to me they're hit and miss. I love some of them. I adore Sogno Reale by her, and Rituale I think is beautiful. But this one, Ithaca, it has the bronze metal plate on the front of it and a wooden lid with bronze spray paint on. It's an incense, this one. There's a lot of bergamot in here, and it's almost labdanum quite a bit, but quite a quiet labdanum. The feel of Bendito Beso's fragrances to me are something of a quiet nature. None of them really shout or are loud and in your face. There's a delicate touch to all of them, and this one's just true to her style, the lady that owns this company. So It's ambery because of the amount of labdanum that's in here. There's incense in here, and it's bergamot as well. It's quite simple. It feels woody as well. It's got a dry wood element to it, and it's quite quiet. I mean, I have to do this. Her fragrances are more flowy and long-lasting than projecting and sillage kind of monsters, so it's okay. I want to smell Talento more. That's going to be a rose mint thing, but this one for now, it's not my favourite one. Let me just look at the notes. So incense, magnolia, bergamot, labdanum, benzoin, patchouli, cedar and cypriol. So the main thing I smell here is ambery, labdanumness, incense, cedarwood, which is the dry woody thing I was talking about, and bergamot. It's okay. So this next one is a crazy one. I don't even want to spray it in here. There's a Russian company called Voronoi. They make 50ml bottles. Oh my gosh. Already. 50ml bottles. They're all eau de toilette. And this one is called Amnesia. This one is about marijuana. They tell you there's 4 notes. It's black pepper, grapefruit, really dark musks, and then a hashish accord. This thing travels like a crazy, crazy perfume. This travels across the room when you spray it. It is super green cannabis smelling with a real skanky dark musk behind. When you wear it, there is this vintage skank to it, this vintage musky thing with a super potent cannabis accord in here. And it's spicy from pepper. I don't really smell grapefruit, but the other 3 things are just an assault on your senses. It's crazy. I've not smelled a fragrance like this before. Just wow, it's dry, it's dirty animal smell, and then like somebody's walked past you with a spliff, basically. Very cool, very interesting. In my opinion, totally unwearable. A colleague of mine sprayed this on his that part of his arm, the underarm. One spray, and every time he walked past me, I could smell it over everything. So this is an unforgiving, loud, super cool and interesting weed fragrance. So test it out if you want to. So the next one is not so much super new, but it is the latest addition to Pierre Guillaume's Black line, which used to be called Hutium Art, but it's not anymore. And this is called Mécanique du Désir. He made this fragrance because his father always owned and fixed vintage cars, and it's about the smell of motor oil. He was obsessed, or he is still obsessed with vintage cars and the smell of motor oil, and he wanted to make a fragrance in honor of that. I absolutely love this. It's really unexpected. The motor oil part of it is something that comes later on when you wear it, but at first it's aldehydes, clean, sparkly aldehydes. It's fruity. There's something I've smelled in my past. This takes me somewhere, and every time I smell this, it frustrates me because I can't quite put my finger on what it is. But it's aldehyde, amber, animalic notes, cassis, guaiac wood, mandarin, metallic notes, and violet leaf. So at first it's bright. It feels a tiny bit vintagey in a clean way, not a dark vintage, a clean vintage smell. Very difficult to describe. And underneath, and when you put this on your skin, what starts to reveal is a note that actually smells like oil. There's a dark motor oily note that comes out. I have no idea how he's done it. Maybe it's a combination of guaiac, maybe smokiness and aldehydes, I'm not sure, but at first it's lovely, and then it takes this darker twist and it does smell like motor oil. But when you put it on your skin, you have to give it about an hour, and then you can really feel this thing. So it's Mechanic of Desire, or the mechanic you desire. I guess it's like a fantasy, maybe. People have a fantasy about mechanics being all oily and greased up. I don't know. But yeah, this one's a great one. I really, really like it. So, 2 left. So the second to last one is the newest fragrance, I believe, to come from L'Artisan Parfumeur. It's Vanna Banana. A lovely friend of mine, George, gave me this, so thank you, George. This is so fun. I've worn it on my skin once, and yes, the opening actually smells like banana. It smells a little bit like banana milkshake, like that fake banana smell you get. It's not like a real banana, and This is essentially an amber to me. So it opens fruity banana-y, really super fun, innocent, youthful, childlike, playful, and then it turns into a very powdery light amber afterwards. I wish the banana stayed longer, like a banana amber the whole time would have been fun, but the banana really is only something that you can feel for the first maybe half an hour, and then you're just in amber territory. So I think it's really fun, but I just wish it performed differently. I love this, Vanna Banana. It's a fun name as well. And banana is tricky in fragrances. I don't know how they do it. It's some sort of molecule, obviously, because you don't distill bananas, but it's fun. It's already, the amber is already coming through on this card. The banana just, why does it disappear so quickly? The fragrance is called Banana. Anyway, the last one's a bit of a cheat because it's not actually a niche brand, but it is new. It's the new Hermes Jardin sur la Lagoon. You know they have their Jardins line. I haven't smelled this. This is a complete first impression. George also gave me this. So this one says an evocation of flowering trees, magnolias, pittosporums, musks, and Madonna lilies. So let's see. It smells citrusy. It smells like bergamot so far. I'm going to spray this on my skin to see. Actually, I'll do it here. Ooh. I know you shouldn't rub, but I'm trying to get it dry quickly. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's got something a little bit dirty in there that I smelled before. That's a dark lily floral element. Oh, are Madonna lilies nighttime flowers or maybe poisonous or something? But so it's got a citrusy thing going on, and then it's almost got, it feels kind of thorny. Dark, dirty lilies. Lilies do have that sometimes, you know, they have a bit of a skank to them. They're not the prettiest smelling flowers ever. I don't know, I've never smelled a Madonna lily in person, but this is mainly about lily because magnolia is creamy, it's smooth, it's soft, and this fragrance is not. This is sharp, dark, and almost smells like it might have something incensey in the background, and or a dark, smoky wood even. Maybe it's just the lily accord they've done. But hey, it's not as pleasant as I thought it was going to be, because this Jardins line are normally quite easy to wear. There's a nice fig one, but this, yeah. Maybe the musks in here are dark as well. That's what it feels like to me. It's not heavy or anything, but the overall feel of it is dark, dirty white flowers. Interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. It was just a quick rundown, chit chat, sniffathon, snifferpalooza, whatever you want to call it thing, because I have a day off and wanted to say hi to you. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. I'm going to try and get this video up now. And yeah, I'm out on my own, trying to make the world smell better one video at a time. Goodbye.